In a shocking new interview, Chicago Bulls legend Scottie Pippen has launched a fierce attack on his former teammate, Michael Jordan, calling him a horrible player. Pippen, known for his all-around game and pivotal role in the Bulls' 6 championships, has long been in Jordan's shadow, but now he's questioning the narrative of Jordan as the sole reason for their success. Pippen argues that Jordan's early individualistic style hurt the team and that it wasn't until he embraced a more team-oriented approach that the Bulls started winning. This candid admission sheds new light on the complicated dynamics between the two, raising questions about their legacy and the true key to Chicago's dominance in the 90s. Could this mark the beginning of a rift? In a shocking turn of events, basketball fans everywhere were left speechless when Scottie Pippen, the legendary Chicago Bulls forward, made a series of bombshell statements about his former teammate, Michael Jordan. Known for their iconic partnership in the 90s that brought 6 championships to the Windy City, Pippen's remarks sent shockwaves across the sports world. For years, the duo was regarded as one of the greatest pairings in basketball history, but now, Pippen is turning the tables on Jordan, calling him a horrible player in a stunning interview. To understand the magnitude of Pippen's words, we need to take a step back and examine the history of the Bulls, their dynamic as teammates, and the highly publicized conflicts that have arisen over the years between the two. Michael Jordan is widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, a global icon whose talent transcended the game. On the other hand, Scottie Pippen, while perhaps not as globally renowned as Jordan, was no slouch on the court. He was, without a doubt, one of the best all-around players of his generation, excelling in defense, playmaking, and being a key component of the Bulls' success. However, over the years, Pippen's relationship with Jordan has been under the microscope. Their bond on the court was something magical, but off the court, things have been a bit more complicated. After all, how does one of the greatest players in NBA history cope with living in the shadow of another, especially when that other player gets all the credit for a dynasty built on teamwork? Could it be that Scottie Pippen has been harboring resentment all these years? Let's dive into the details of what Pippen has said recently and try to uncover the reasons behind his scathing remarks. Pippen's most recent comments came during an interview where he was discussing the 1990s Chicago Bulls dynasty, specifically the years when they were winning championships. In his interview, Pippen didn't hold back, offering his brutally honest opinion about his former teammate. He stated that Michael Jordan was a horrible player and that the media and fans had overhyped his abilities. According to Pippen, Jordan was not as great as the public perceives him to be, and that his leadership style was, in fact, detrimental to the team's success. The crux of Pippen's argument revolves around the idea that Jordan was an individualistic player who prioritized his own success over the team's goals. Pippen even went as far as to say that Jordan's early years with the Bulls were filled with failure because of his unwillingness to trust his teammates. Pippen claims that Jordan was unable to win championships until he learned how to rely on others, and that's when the Bulls started to dominate the league. It's clear that Pippen believes that the narrative of Jordan being the sole reason for the Bulls' success is both unfair and inaccurate. One of the most significant points Pippen made was that Jordan's leadership style often created tension within the team. Pippen implied that Jordan's domineering personality made it difficult for other players to thrive, and that it wasn't until coach Phil Jackson implemented a more team-oriented approach that the Bulls found their winning formula. Pippen's comments suggest that, while Jordan's scoring ability was undeniable, his inability to play within the flow of the team often held the Bulls back early on in their championship runs. The true success of the team, according to Pippen, came when Jordan learned to trust his teammates, which, for Pippen, includes himself as one of the key players who helped elevate the Bulls to greatness. Now, anyone familiar with the Chicago Bulls championship run in the 90s knows that Scottie Pippen was an essential part of the team's success. His all-around game, from defense to playmaking, was a perfect complement to Jordan's scoring prowess. Pippen was an incredible defender, a skilled passer, and a versatile player who could do a bit of everything on the court. While Jordan was the face of the franchise, Pippen was often regarded as the team's backbone, the glue that held everything together. But even with all of Pippen's contributions, it's undeniable that Jordan's status as the NBA's best player took center stage. This imbalance in attention and recognition has likely contributed to Pippen's frustration over the years. While Jordan earned the majority of the accolades and the spotlight, Pippen sometimes felt overlooked and underappreciated. It's possible that, in Pippen's mind, his sacrifice for the team and his contribution to their success were overshadowed by Jordan's individual brilliance. So, when Pippen refers to Jordan as a horrible player, it could be a reflection of years of pent-up resentment and frustration over how he believes history has unfairly depicted their dynamic. It's also worth noting that Pippen's comments are not entirely new. In fact, over the years, he has spoken candidly about his role within the Bulls dynasty. Pippen has made it clear that he felt slighted during his time with the Bulls, especially when it came to contract negotiations and his value within the team. One of the most famous instances of this was in 1997 when Pippen was upset over his contract and underwent surgery in the middle of the season, leaving the Bulls to fend for themselves without their star forward. At the time, Pippen received backlash for putting himself before the team, but he later explained that he was simply trying to secure a fair deal after feeling underpaid and undervalued by the organization. As the years have passed, Pippen has become more outspoken about his issues with the Bulls management, but his relationship with Jordan has also been strained at times. Their bond was not always as harmonious as it appeared on the surface, and Pippen has been candid about the challenges of playing in Jordan's shadow. While the two clearly had mutual respect for each other's talents, it's possible that Pippen felt a sense of frustration when it came to the public perception of their partnership. There's no doubt that Michael Jordan's competitive nature and desire to win were key factors in the Bulls' success. His relentless drive to be the best pushed his teammates to elevate their game, and his leadership, though controversial at times, certainly played a significant role in the team's 6 championships. However, Scottie Pippen's comments shine a light on the other side of the story, a side where Jordan's personality and leadership style sometimes created friction within the team. But what exactly does Pippen mean when he calls Jordan a horrible player? Is he implying that Jordan's skills on the court were subpar, or is he suggesting that Jordan's style of play and leadership were detrimental to the success of the team? It's likely the latter. Pippen seems to be saying that while Jordan was undeniably talented, his approach to the game, focusing on his own success and trying to carry the team on his back, was not conducive to winning championships early on. It wasn't until Jordan embraced a more team-oriented approach, one that relied on the strengths of his teammates, that the Bulls truly hit their stride. The story of the Chicago Bulls, their championships, and their iconic players will continue to captivate basketball fans for generations to come, but with Pippen's comments, the narrative may have just taken a dramatic new turn.